Nothing is more frustrating than a car that hesitates when you hit the gas, especially when it throws a code like P00AE. This code indicates an intermittent problem with your intake air temperature sensor on bank 2. Unlike a hard failure where the part is dead, intermittent means the signal is cutting in and out, confusing your engine computer. This is a generic powertrain code, so it applies to most vehicles from 1996 and newer, whether you drive a Ford, Mazda, or Mercedes. The computer uses this sensor, along with the mass airflow sensor, to decide exactly how much fuel to inject for that perfect 14:1 air-fuel ratio. When this sensor glitches, your fuel economy drops, and you might feel the engine stumble on a cold start or surge while idling. Bank 2 is simply the side of the engine opposite cylinder number 1. The most common cause for this is actually human error. If you or a mechanic recently changed the air filter, it is very possible the sensor was unplugged and not seated all the way back in, or the wiring got tugged. Since this sensor sits right in the air intake pipe or air cleaner box, it gets moved around a lot during maintenance. Start your diagnosis by popping the hood and looking at the wiring, because these are often near the battery or coolant reservoir. Look for green or white corrosion on the connector pins. If everything looks tight, you will want to use a diagnostic scanner. Watch the temperature data stream while you wiggle the wires and tap the sensor. If the numbers on the screen jump around wildly while you are moving the harness, you have found your loose connection or broken wire. You can also use an infrared thermometer to measure the actual temperature of the air inlet and compare it to what the scanner says. If they do not match, the sensor is likely drifting and needs to be replaced. If the wiring and sensor check out, verify you have a solid 5-volt reference and a good ground with a digital volt ohm meter. Do not ignore this code, as it directly impacts how efficiently your engine burns fuel.